Technology is something that has created debate and discussion within the educational community. This can be seen in the way in which devices such as iPads, TVs, and smartboards are used within a classroom. Throughout this presentation, I will be discussing how this technology relates to already implemented policy as well as the policy changes I intend to make to ensure each child has the ability to use technology throughout their education. The current educational policy relating to technology can be found in documents such as the Early Years Learning Framework, National Quality Standards, and My Time Our Place. All of the documents show the policies about what outcomes should be achieved for children's education. This includes the way in which technology is used within an educational setting. As seen in the Digital Education Advisory Group report, we can see that there is a need to create and sustain knowledge-building environments where the focus is on the support of students' development of 21st century skills. The issues that pertain to technology within the current policy give little information to educators as to how to best utilize the technology available to them. As said in Taylor 2004, policy often has conflicting implications for practice. Taylor also suggests that current Australian early childhood education and care policy does not adequately address significant policy problems facing the early childhood education and care field. This could also be a disconnect in the way in which individuals within a group interact with the policy, which can cause issues with the policy implementation. The benefits and risks associated with technology use can include that through the use of video games specifically designed to target specific developmental aspects can improve such functions as perception, cognition, social control, and collaboration. Technology also allows children to not only discover the world through concrete objects and manipulatives, but increases their sensory experiences. The risks associated with technology use can include sedentary lifestyle that can be associated with obesity, reduced communication skills, and lessened social interactions. Too much screen time can be harmful to a child's development, and the fact that more research needs to be done to fully eliminate the effects of technology on young children. It is said that there should be no screen time for children from 0 to 2 years and 1 to 2 hours of screen time for children from 2 to 5 years to have the Early Years Learning Framework creates the outcomes and policy for early childhood education. The way in which technology can be used within these can be seen throughout the outcomes, such as outcome 2, children are connected with and contribute to their world. Outcome 4, children are confident and involved learners. Outcome 4.3, children transfer and adapt what they have learned from one context to another. Outcome 5.5, children use information and communication technologies to access information, investigate ideas, and represent their thinking. Through this, we're able to see the ways in which technology can benefit young children's learning and the way they perceive themselves and the way they connect to their world. The national quality standards also create connections between education and technology, such as Quality Area 1.1. The educational program enhances each child's learning and development, which can be done through the use of technology. Quality Area 5.2.1, children are supported to collaborate, learn, and help each other, which can be done with the use of technology within a classroom. As well as Quality Area 3.2.2, resources, materials, and equipment allow for multiple uses and are sufficient in number and enable every child to engage in play-based learning. My proposal for policy reform includes using the existing policies that are in place and expanding further on them to be able to create a technology curriculum for both early childhood and primary education. Fleers and Freeman state that many children enter school curious and with a love of learning, having played computer games and learned on apps. Connecting home and school learning, children are given the opportunity to have a more rounded and encompassing education, as it will not only stay completely in the classroom. Throughout the technology curriculum, educators will also be given the opportunity to become more aware of the ways in which technology can be used in the classroom to extend the children's learning. The Digital Education Advisory Group's document on the ways in which technology can be used to extending a new paradigm for contemporary school education, where teaching is conceived as supporting learning that is personalised, collaborative, and involves the development of 21st century skills. With these ideas being something that is already seen within the current policy of the Early Years Learning Framework, the National Quality Standards, and My Time, Our Place. Through this, the idea of citizenship will be formed through the children discovering and researching for themselves, and through this developing their sense of citizenship within the world as well as their own community. This will be done through being able to do research themselves, to be able to find out about the things that they're curious about by themselves without having to wait for someone to teach them about it. Atwood, Brownlee, Johanson, Conmore, Walker, and Bolton Lewis state that the role of education in the formation of moral and ethical citizens is a long-standing thread in education, which is something that could be furthered through the inclusion of technology curriculum.